and vertical, but it's in vertical. We about to go for a walk because your girl trying to become a skinny bitch. I got skinny bitch on my mind. Skinny bitch vibes going through my head. Um, let's talk. Let's talk, boo. Some of y'all might not be here because it's early in the morning. So I'm about to go for a walk. So far, I have 3,500 steps in. Can y'all see that? 3,500 steps. We're about to get some steps in while we chit chat while I'm walking. So I hope y'all can hear me. I've been a nurse. We in a parking lot. Y'all see the parking lot? The parking lot. Okay. So I've been a nurse for 11 years. No, over a decade. Yeah, over 10 years I've been a nurse. It was 10 years this April 2025. And, you know, you always hear those little videos or people pop up and say they're done with nursing, or, you know, okay, I'm done with nursing, but what am I going to do now? Like, what am I going to do now after I leave nursing? Like, what else is going to pay me this much? What else is going to give me freedom of my schedule? What else is, you know, going to fit the degree that I went and pursued maybe once, twice, thrice? Some people have gone to nursing school more than one time. I know I went twice. Or people wonder, like, what else is out there for you as a nurse? And I don't have the answers. You know, people do nurse entrepreneurship, where you might sell courses, or you might sell like study guides, or you might do coaching, or come up with all different stuff as a nurse, or go into home health and do like agency nursing, make an agency, a staffing agency, something like that, to transition yourself out of bedside nursing. But everybody's trying to run away from it. We got people coming into it, but then them same people turn around and want to run out of nursing, which I think is crazy. I forgot to put sunscreen on. Lord Jesus. Why y'all remind me to put some sunscreen on? So anyhow, I want to talk about how I feel like nursing, I don't know if it's nursing or healthcare or being in a service industry, even though people may not see healthcare as a service industry, it really, yeah, it's a big part of healthcare is customer service, a huge part, because you're dealing with people. So in these companies, these hospitals or whatever, they want to, you know, everybody to do a survey, let them know how everything going, da 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 da. And with it being customer service based, I feel like it's changed my personality, because I will find myself like around strangers or just trying to talk to people on my own time, my personal time, and I feel like I put on my nurse voice. I put on my customer service voice. I use my customer service personality, and I'm not necessarily being able to like be myself in a sense. Like, of course, being myself is being of service to others and being nice and, you know, polite and things like that. But it's like, you know, I get paid to do that. When I'm off and I just want to be free and just be however I want to be, talk however I want to talk, be as open as possible, I feel like it's harder for me to switch that off. And I'm like, dang, is it because I work in nursing, because I work in healthcare, and I'm constantly having to like be nice nurse, polite nurse? And it's like, I feel like, I don't know, like I've lost my personality. Like, I feel like it's there when I'm talking to y'all sometimes, but I still be feeling like it's gone. Like when I'm just out and about living my life, like I've lost my edge. And I don't know, do anybody else feel that way? I feel like anytime you work around a lot of people and you have to put on a customer service type of, you know, persona, that in some ways you do lose part of your own personality, because now you're trying to just give off the vibe of, I got to make sure this person don't complain. I got to make sure this person is okay with the service. And it's like, when you're on your own, just living your own life, you don't need to do that. You could just be however you are, and you can express yourself how you want to express yourself. But I feel like it's become harder for me to do that. Or maybe I'm just more aware of the fact that I don't do that. I don't know. Do that. I was kind of hesitant to do this video because I'm like, maybe it's just me. Maybe no one's gonna get what I'm saying, but I do feel like something has changed, and I'm noticing it more, I guess, because I'm actually trying to talk to people more, like just out in public. And I just like, sometimes I feel like I'm putting on a persona, and it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to give my energy. Like, I don't want to give the nurse Brandy energy. That makes sense. It may not make sense. What's up, RN MJ Nurse Chronicles? Hey, girl. Or is it a guy? I don't know. MJ. What's up? Let's see. Sunny said, you're right. Lauren says, yes. You said yes, but I still say the F-bomb in the med room. But it's like you're expected to be a robot. Yes, that's what it is. It's like, and even when people say stuff that you don't agree with, it's like, I'm not gonna sit here in a patient's room and start arguing with them about Trump. Like, I could care less, for one. But if they talking about something, they're like, oh, what do you think of this? I'm like, oh, you know, like you have to give like a PG response, which I'm not complaining about the job. I'm just complaining about the fact that I feel like that being a nurse for so long, I'm upset about the fact that I feel like that part of me has kind of overridden like who I really am. And especially I've been doing it since my 20s, and I'm already naturally a person who is, I don't want to say that I adapt to people really well. I adapt to circumstances really well. So if it's rowdy, I'm not saying I'm going to become rowdy, but I can adapt to it. If it's real calm, I can adapt to it. If I need to be, you know, nice nurse, I'm going to adapt to it. If I got to be assertive nurse, I'm going to adapt to it. And so it's like, where do you find yourself in that? Because as nurses, we have to adapt to stuff. We have to be flexible. We can't just be ourselves every time we come to work. Like, you have to kind of calm down a part of yourself to be of service to others, right? I mean, that's a job. I mean, the job makes you turn into, maybe all jobs do that. All jobs turn you into this other part of yourself. And it's like, we got to learn to turn that off and be who we are. But then you got to figure out who you are. You got to figure out who you are. So, whew, I'm tired now. I'm sorry. He said, Michael said, you said it's crazy. I've been following your channel this long and I'm an RN now. Your videos really gave the scoop on nursing. Oh, thank you. Mahogany RN said, I just came into this realization. Being an RN is putting professionalism in every single need of other people, patients, docs, coworkers before your own. Yes. And it's like, what does that do to you as a person? Like, when your profession is one of humbling yourself to take care of somebody else. This person cursing you out. This person is calling you derogatory names. This person is fighting you to take care of them. And yeah, you still got to just be like, okay, come on, roll over. Let me help you. Oh, it's okay. Oh, come on, let's do this. Well, the doctor said that. Well, no, they don't want you to do that. Like, you got, it's like I'm constantly like dociling my energy. Is dociling my energy a thing? But it's like I'm tempering my energy in order to get a check. And all in all, I really enjoy what I do on one level, because I do feel like I connect with people. I do feel like I'm helping people. And I do believe that my presence does make a difference. And I'm so grateful that I can make really good money doing what I do. I can have the schedule that I want. And then I'm actually doing what I went to school for, because there's so many people that ain't doing what they went to school for, and they still got to pay off that student loan debt, right? But there's something that happens. There's something that happens to us. It's something, you know? Stock Dodd says, I'm 30-plus-year-old guy in nursing school, y'all. Been scaring game. Yeah, it's hard for the male nurses, child. What's up, Thomasina Cook? Lauren says, nursing can't be our only title. We have to remember we are a child of God, and we are not perfect, but we wear a lot of hats. And management thinks we are robots. Yeah, that's true. They put a lot on us. And then, like, as a female, you already kind of put in a position where you feel like you have to humble yourself, or you can't be too this, you can't be too that. And then on top of that, as a black female, like, you don't want to be too this, you don't want to be too that either. It's like, I don't want to be the one at the job always mad about something, because then what that look like? Because I'm not about to complain at the job. I ain't about to be complaining all day at this job. I don't get paid for that. Says, yes, the forced professionalism and the microscopic lens placed on a nurse's reaction does change how you interact with people on and off the job. It's scary, actually. Yeah, it's like once you start realizing that I guess it's because with a job, some people, they spend more time at their jobs than they spend at home, or they spend more energy at the job than they put on themselves, or they put on their household, or they put on their health. Like, you put more energy and time into getting paid to pay for a lifestyle that you're not really living. It's like you working all this time to pay for a lifestyle that's not, and the lifestyle is just go to work and get paid. Now, I know that's not the case with everybody. I mean, you have to have a life outside of your job, right? But sometimes I feel like it's not there. Like, there's a disconnect. And I'm not saying don't go into nursing or go into healthcare. It's just I'm becoming more aware of it and deciding how I want to move forward. Especially, I'm 34. I'll be 35 next month, July 3rd, cancer gang gang. And I just want more for myself. I want something different for myself. And I want to feel like I'm not, I don't know, part of me sometimes feel like I'm just cutting off my energy. Like, I'm cutting off myself in order to fit the mold. And I don't want what I'm doing at work to affect other parts of my life, because I feel like I do. It's like I'm just I'm like fitting a mold. But I guess it got a little psychological, child. But all in all, what y'all doing? Do people want to stay in bedside nursing? Do y'all want to leave? Have y'all tried to leave? Do you have an exit strategy? I honestly don't know. I still feel like, God, lead me. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do? I like, part of me is like, okay, just go balls to the wall. Not balls to the wall, yeah. Not balls to the wall, but go balls to the wall and go full on with, YouTube and things like that. But I don't like the pressure of using like a creative outlet to make money, because then you can lose your love for it, and your passion for it if you only doing it for the money. It's kind of hard when you're a creative to only rely on something for money. Do that make sense? July 3rd. Ooh, ooh. Gone, Nicole. Yeah, I should have put some sunscreen on. I'm trying to get rid of dark spots. One of the best ways to prevent dark spots is to wear sunscreen. I should have did that. But anyhow, let me know what y'all think. What y'all think it is. I'm glad that some of y'all is saying, like the professionalism and all of that and being a robot. It's real. It's real. And I'm not saying like, oh God, don't do it. Don't become a nurse. But just be mindful of that, especially because I've been doing this. I've been in healthcare for like 13 years. So yeah. Woo. Woo. I'm not even, it's just hot. And I got the scarf on, got the afro. Oh, she did hospice nursing. Yes. I even heard with hospice nursing, like somebody told me, she was like, don't do it for more than 5 years. Don't do it for more than 5 years. After that, it's gonna be too much for you. So I thought that was interesting. See, Nicole said she's working in case management now as an RN, which helps with burnout. I'm over bedside. I heard that. How did you get into case management? Was it easy? I know some people, like, they want to do like case management, or what's the other one, y'all? MDS, minimum data set, or like insurance nursing, like when you work from home, things like that. Even coding, like a nurse coder. But they say like, I've heard that some people say it's hard to get in because you got to have experience. But it's like, how you gonna get experience if you can't get no job? So let me know, how has that been? Maybe it's just the work. Like, I'd be okay with going to work. I'd be so grateful. But it's like going in sometimes, I just gotta pray. I gotta pray and pray and pray. And just like I said, shut myself off and just be, I don't know, maybe it's just like you become a vessel. And that's really how I gotta see it. I just gotta see, okay, I'm a vessel. God is leading me to take care of others. God giving me the strength and knowledge and the ability to take care of others. So it's like I just take on that persona, right? Like I'm some angel or something. Like I'm this little angel taking on this persona without a personality, without my own agenda, except for getting paid. And it's I gotta take on this new persona in order to help people. And honestly, you do. That's probably the best way to take care of people is to remove yourself from it and just see it as, okay, God using me. God using me, whatever you believe in, right? God is using me to be able to take care of these people. And it's like, that's how I've switched my mind on to be able to do it without being emotional about the job, or without letting stuff become personal about the job, or without, allowing my drama or my life to take over so I can actually do my job right. Because on the flip side, if you're the type of person who you all so into yourself, it's gonna be super hard for you to take care of other people. You're gonna get irritated at every little thing they do. Anytime they put the call light on, you're gonna get mad like this ain't your job. Anytime somebody says something that's a little sideways, you're gonna take it personal, and you're not gonna be able to perform well. So it's like, on the flip side, that's even worse, right? Because nobody wants a nurse or a CNA or a PCT that's sitting here acting like they don't want to be there, who acting like they ain't supposed to help other people. So that's the flip side of it. Don't be worried. Everything is different. And plus, like I said, I've been doing this for over 10 years, and I already have like a natural personality that's, I wouldn't say that I'm timid. I'm not necessarily timid in the part of like being weak, but I don't like to, I'm not one of them people that try to take, which I'm not even trying to say this in a negative way, but like, I'm okay with being, I wouldn't say I'm okay with being on the back burner, but it's like, it doesn't have to be about me. It doesn't have to be about me. And so I think when you naturally have that personality, kind of, sort of, and is that even really my personality, or have I adapted and become that person, right? But since I don't feel like it always has to be about me, I'm okay with having a career where it really is about the person, right? It's about the patient, it's about fulfilling their needs and what they, what's going on with them. So, but everything's different. Nursing is so big, and there's so many different things you can do. I know for me though, the money. Since I'm so used to making the amount that I make and doing the minimum, working 2 days a week, 8 days a month, it's kind of like anything else, I'm like, like I probably could change up and do something different in healthcare and probably have, be able to have a different type of lifestyle as far as not doing bedside nursing. But the pay gonna be there? Or am I gonna have to still work 5 days a week to make the same amount I'm making now? Like, it's not gonna work. That's not for me. It's just not for me. Like, I'm here to be of service, but I'm not an indentured servant. I need to get paid for the service. a good amount. You said, so Nicole, as far as like how you got into case management, you said, okay. Oh, that's insurance nursing. I started working in the insurance side, working from home, doing reviews. I had no experience, but I did work triage. That's good. Lauren says, I feel nursing like you always got to do something more. BSN is, it shouldn't be how much titles, but the compassion and love we offer. That's true. But it's just like, that's never measured, right? That's not a measurement that management really cares about. That's why the things that you do have to be, I do believe you have to, or for me, I have to see it as, this is bigger than me, because the job is not going to congratulate me on how I take care of a patient. Now, a patient might write something or say something, or, you might get a Daisy Award or something like that. But that's not going to happen every day. You're not going to get that every day. Some days nobody said anything, and you got to have it in your heart to know, I did everything I could for these people. And if I didn't do everything I could, I learned something from it. I got something from it. I'm going to turn around and do something totally different or better the next time I come around. Like the incentive for what you're doing has to be more than the check. And it has to be, you have to realize that what you're doing, you're not going to always get, a pat on the back for it. It has to be something bigger, what they say, like a calling, which I don't know. But you got to find gratification from your job, from other things other than what management is going to tell you, or even what your patient is going to tell you. You got to think like, I did good. I answered all my call lights super fast, or I made sure nobody failed today, or I made sure this didn't happen, or this didn't happen, I communicated better with my text, or I didn't hesitate to contact the doctor. I just went ahead and contacted them. They cursed me out, but it is what it is. Like, I did my job. Okay, did my job. It's like code switching. It's like code switching, but not necessarily. You know, code switching, they say it's typically like a racial thing. Like, you know, the way you might talk. Well, it's not even just racial, but situational. Like the way you might talk to your friends, you're not gonna talk that way at work, right? The way you talk to your mama, you ain't gonna talk to your friends like that. You have to continue to switch the personality, but it's like you're splitting yourself. And then it's like, okay, are you really being yourself? And what does that even mean? You said it's an exhausting persona, especially when you have your own life to manage and dealing with a variety of different people at different levels of consciousness. That's true. Don't be worried though. Nicole said this is going back to the case management. Your resume should show that you can multitask, work multiple systems at the same time, and can work independently. Also, that you can meet metrics and give excellent customer service. See, having to meet metrics. Oh, Lord. I feel like I'd be micromanaged when you work from home, because it's like they can see everything you're doing or not doing. They can see it all. They can see it all. And again, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't like being a nurse or I hate it or I don't go into nursing, because like I said, here it is, Tuesday, and I'm walking in the parking lot talking on my phone on my nursing channel because I've been a nurse, right? I have the luxury of doing it. Tuesday morning, 9:30 in the morning, I'm going for a walk. And I only got to work 2 days a week, and I'm still able to pay all my bills and then some. So so I'm not going to just discredit that. But I'm just thinking like on a deeper level, beyond the money, what is it doing to me? And am I really getting what I want to get out of it? And moving forward in my life, what do I want? Like what? And I think sometimes when you go to college, like anybody is thinking that. You know, you go to college, or we're always being pushed, like, what do you want to do for your life? What do you want to do? What do you want to do when you grow up? And it's like the title takes over the person. And it's like, okay, but did I ever really discover who I was as a person? Did I ever really explore that? And you got to make time for it. You got to really make time for being you. Make time for being you. Make time for knowing you and for growing you as an individual, not just you as the nurse or the tech or whatever. You got to, or the mom or the dad or the girlfriend or the wife. You have to grow you as an individual amongst paying all your bills and dealing with life, child. Life. I'm realizing I'm an adult. Lauren says, you have a servant's heart, but still have to water our own garden. I heard that. That's true. Okay, let's see how many steps I got. So we started off with 35. I had 3,500 steps when I first started this walk. Ooh, ooh. We had 6,400 and count. Dang. I already got almost 3,000 steps doing this walk. Whew. I'm working on 10,000 a day. I've been doing 10,000 a day for like 2 weeks. The last 2 days, I only got about 8,000. I was burnt out, y'all. I did not stay on top of doing my steps the last 2 days, but I'm back on it today, as you can see. Goranana said, hi. Hi, Goranana. So yeah, that's that. I just want to come on here with y'all a little bit, you know, have a little conversation. And even sometimes on this channel, I'll be like, am I really giving my full self? And it's like, do you have to give your full self to others, or do you have to really just make sure you're giving it to yourself? Right? Like some parts of yourself, you don't have to share with the world. You could just share that with yourself. And what the hell does that mean? I don't know. Yeah. I'm having a conversation. My kids at camp, they doing this it's a short summer camp, only for a few hours. And I found myself super anxious once I dropped them off. Not super anxious, but like, what do I do now? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I go for a walk? Should I do this? Should I do that? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a video and go for a walk. And that's what I did. I got my 3,000 steps, and we had a little conversation. You said inevitably, I'm just gonna say it real fast. It becomes part of your personality. I don't think it's a good or a bad thing. It's just reality. It is the same as when I was in the Navy. It shaped my personality, but it's not my identity. What's the difference? I guess the persona, you can change the persona, right? Yeah, you can change your persona. Oh, for sure. So yeah, it becomes part of the personality, which the persona is just what you're projecting. But what you actually identify with is different. Right? But can't you change your identity? Which then changes your persona. I don't know. You say, yes, B. I've been trying to lead this for years. Yeah. Oh no. I don't know. Because it's like entrepreneurship. Like, I've been doing that for a big part of my life. Making money from just my own thing, right? But I don't think we're supposed to always just make money from everything. Everything you do can't be attached to money. But I think that's a millennial thing. Maybe it's a Gen X thing too. Is Gen X the ones behind us? Or Gen Z? Gen Z is the young folks, right? You say, yes, it's deep, sis. It's a little deep. Like, you gotta, like, maybe, honestly, yeah, like, my whole life has been like the existential crises, right? Like, if you're a person who's aware of things, and I think when you work in healthcare, you do become more observant. But when you have that discernment, you become more aware of things. There's one thing to be aware of what might be going. Like Michael said, or is Michael or Michelle? Michael? I think it's Michael. Said, yeah, Michael. Because look, yeah, there go Michael's right there. It's Michael. A-L. Yeah, Michelle is like E-L-L, right? Anyways, Michael said that it's somebody said it's just the reality. It's not good or bad, it's just reality. So like once you become aware of what's going on, what do you do with that awareness? Like if you just holding on to the awareness, it can fester into you just, I don't know, like there's no action behind it. So it's just there. It's like knowing you should do something, but you're not doing something. Knowing that something is a problem or something is there, but it's like, okay, what's the solution or what's the next step? It's like, I don't know, it is what it is. It just is what it is. And then next thing you know, you've been in this field for 5+ years, 10+ years, and you're still trying to figure out what you're going to do with your life. But I think that's the case with a lot of things, especially because being able to make a living is at the top of humanity. The very tip top of humanity is being able to make a living. That's like everybody's top priority. That's the top priority. And so that in itself, knowing that you have to work to live on this planet, you have to work to survive on this planet, you have to do something to have the means to live a decent life on this planet, I feel like that in itself does strip away part of us. And it does take away our humanity. It takes away part of us. So it's like you got to come back to it. Come back to source. So I'm rambling, y'all. I'm hot. Okay, I guess I got my steps. I'm going to be able to get to 10K today. I feel good because it's almost 10 o'clock and I already got more than half of my goal completed. Look at these little birdies. I'm at almost 7,200. So I feel good. Oh, I feel good. And then also in this day and age, it's like so weird how if you don't document it, if it's not like put out there for people to see, it's like, did it really happen? Kind of like how they say if you don't chart it, it didn't happen. We kind of live in a world like if you don't film it, if you don't put it out there to the world, did you really do it? And that's why you have to, again, find gratification just from yourself, from your own knowing, from knowing your own growth, from knowing your own struggles. Like, even if you go through the whole day and you do something and you refrain from doing something that you told yourself we're not going to do anymore, that's like a solid win. But nobody has to know that, and most people are not going to know that. And you got to learn to find happiness in the things that nobody else is going to see and no one's going to give a care about, you know? So yeah, that's that. I'm rambling. I'm gonna let y'all go. I had to make my way back to my car. It's so many people in this parking lot just sitting in the parking lot. Like, are they waiting for something to get open? Woo! Woo! But I don't say any of this to discourage anyone. You know, we all got our own journey. And honestly, nursing, especially my schedule now, has given me so much more time to put into other parts of my life. And I feel like the time that I've had away from having to work and go to school and do all this extra stuff is just showing me more and more like, dang girl, like what does your life actually amount to? Like, what is your actual life outside of this job? Like, what is your actual life? What life do you have outside of this job? And it doesn't mean going to stores and buying all this stuff. This is why I think so many young people, so many young folks, I be seeing videos pop up about like overconsumption and consumerism and things like that. How like that's with the young folk, what is Gen Z? Child, them folks younger than 30, child. And the people that's younger than 30, they like a lot of their life is consumed with just buying stuff. Just buying stuff, going to getting stuff. You feel empty. It's like I be wondering, oh, let me go see what clothes I got up here. Let me go see. I feel like, Brandy, why? You got a big piles of clothes, and I got literally piles of clothes in bags that I'm trying to get through and go through and do all of that. Why would I buy anything else? Why would I do anything else to add on top of this? But it's like that dopamine hit that you get from going to the store and doing all of that. It's like sometimes that's more fulfilling than actually living your life. Your life does not have to be lived with swiping a card. It doesn't have to be lived with going through a phone, even though I'm on the phone talking to y'all, Lord. But it's like, what is it? Like, we got to get to life. Like, at least for me, like actually living life. And it seemed like we was getting there, and then the internet came and it's like another distraction. But it's not, I'm not saying it in a negative way, but it's just, yeah. Again, I feel like most of my life is I'm going through an existential crisis, trying to figure out the next move. And I'm looking at this dang on book that I still haven't finished, The Power of Now. I'm actually almost done with it. I'm almost done with it. I got a decent amount read. And it got tea stains on her. But anyhow, I'm going to let y'all go. I said that about 12 times. Thank you for everybody who chimed in. Your girl is a hot, sweatiness. I'm just so sweaty. Have y'all watched Straw on Netflix? Somebody was talking about it. And it was like, it got Taraji P. Henson in it. And it's basically a Tyler Perry movie, child. And y'all know the Tyler Perry films, the black woman's struggle is always real and living. And it's kind of like, okay. But somebody was like how he only depicts black women as struggling, or like, you know, they just always a struggle bus. Where was I going with this? Anyway, through the whole video, the whole movie, she was sweating, and somebody was like commenting, was like, she was just hot and sweaty the whole movie. And she really was. She really was. Anyhow, so yeah, I don't see no more comments, so I'm gonna chime out unless y'all got something else to say. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm just I don't know, I think part of me too, I feel like I always gotta figure something out. And that's a part of too, like being a nurse, working in healthcare. It's like you want to find out what the problem is. You want to find out what you should do next. What's the solution? What's the plan? What's the diagnosis? What's the plan of action? Then we have to you know, the dang old nursing process. We got to readjust and see, okay, did it work? Did it not work? So part of your life is like you're always analytical. Like everything, you're analyzing everything. Everything is being analyzed, and it's just like, just live your life. And so that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I love y'all. I'm about to go and find something else to do with my time before I pick up these kids. I ain't got nothing to clean my face off with. Whew. All right, I love y'all.